Welcome to the Perrysburg Podcast, episode 64. I am your host and Perrysburg resident, Kim Newlove. This is an informational podcast for prospective, new, and current Perrysburg, Ohio residents. We talk about what's in Perrysburg and why people like to live here. We are talking about butcher shops today. If you like to eat meat, you'll like this episode. This is the fourth episode in the Food and Drink series. Part 1 was about ice cream shops, Part 2 was about coffee, Part 3 was about restaurants, and this episode, which is Part 4, is about butcher shops. You can find the first 3 episodes in this series on perrysburgpodcast.com. They are episodes 53, 56, and 60. Let's get started. At first, I did not know how to approach this episode. I know where I buy meat, but I just don't know where everybody else in Perrysburg buys meat. So what I did was I solicited opinions from the Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group. The people of Perrysburg really helped me out. All the people in this group really helped me out. So as I get started here today, I need to express some gratitude. Thank you all for your input. In case you're not part of that Facebook group, that Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group, let me give you the backstory real quick. On September 27th, 2024, a little less than a month ago, I posted a message in the Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group. If you are not part of that group yet and you live here in Perrysburg already, I would recommend you join this group. It's a great group, good source of information. Now, in the group, I posted, quote, I grew up in Pemberville with a butcher shop just down the street. Now I live in Perrysburg. We don't have a traditional butcher shop here. I am curious about my options. Where do you buy meat in Perrysburg? End quote. I looked through all the responses on October 8th of 2024. As I record this on October 9th, 2024, that was yesterday, I found 23 businesses that sell meat to Perrysburg residents. So the way I decided to approach this was to create a giant list from all those responses in the Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group. I don't list names, so please don't be self-conscious right now. All I did was I listed all of the butcher shops, the meat lockers, the farms, anything that was mentioned as a source of meat in Perrysburg. It made it on the list. I have 23 businesses on this list. Keep in mind, this is an informational podcast. This podcast is my service project. I'm giving something back to the community. I am not compensated in any way by any of the businesses that will be mentioned today. I'm just sharing with you where Perrysburg residents get their meat. As I go through this list, I will share my own experiences. Without further ado, here is my list of 23 businesses where Perrysburg residents get their meat. The first one got the most mentions, so it goes first. Frobos Meat Locker. Frobos Meat Locker is located on East Front Street in Pemberville, Ohio. The website is frobosmeatlocker.com. That's Frobose, frobosmeatlocker.com. Frobos Meat Locker and the Frobos Market IGA are popular with Perrysburg residents. Froboses is a family-run business. They have the Meat Locker and then they have the IGA. It's a small grocery store there in Pemberville, and they are known for high-quality meats. They sell beef, pork, chicken, and more, including turkeys for Thanksgiving. According to the website, they already have turkey pre-order forms on the website. As I publish this, it's only October 11th, but they are already accepting your orders. Dozens of bratwurst flavors are available at Frobos Meat Locker. That's one of my favorite things to get there. The flavors are listed on their website. Definitely check out the website, but Frobos Meat Locker is also on Facebook, Instagram, and more platforms. Check them out on social media and show them some love with some likes and loves there on their posts. One last thing, when you visit the website, check out the recipes section. I like the ladies' touch on that. There are some recipes from Mrs. Frobos. It's a nice touch. If you have not tried Frobos Meat Locker, it is worth the drive. Head over to Pemberville and check out some of my favorites. Some of my favorites are the brats, the smoked pork chops, and the beef jerky. I kind of like the spicy better than the plain, but it's all good. Check out Frobos Meat Locker. Next up on my list is also a Frobos business, the Frobos Market IGA. The Frobos Market IGA used to be the Pemberville IGA. Now it is the Frobos Market IGA. You can find it at 209 Beerley Avenue, Pemberville, Ohio. The website is frobosmarketiga.com. The Frobos family also owns this little grocery store, so if you check out frobosmarketiga.com, you will see Frobos meats featured there too. I think that's all I'll say about the Frobos Market IGA. Moving on, we've got the third one here, and that is Walt Churchill's Market in Perrysburg. Walt Churchill's Market is located at 26625 North Dixie Highway, Perrysburg, Ohio. The website is waltchurchillsmarket.com. Now, this is on the west side of Perrysburg. I live on the west side, so I shop at Churchill's for meat all the time. My husband shops there more than I do, but we like the smoked brisket, the Salisbury burgers, and the hand-trimmed chicken breasts best. Those are our three favorite things: brisket, burgers, and hand-trimmed chicken breasts. Walt Churchill's Market carries more than just beef and chicken. They carry a wide variety of meats. They carry beef, poultry, pork, turkey, lamb, veal. Hopefully I'm not leaving anything out. It's on the website. I know they've got ground bison too. So if you want to check out Walt Churchill's Market, they do have a market, like a whole grocery store as well, but they also have a very good meat department. One thing that is different that I have not really seen anywhere else that I can think of is fresh lobster. If you go into Walt Churchill's Market, really close to where they keep the soups, and it's kind of in the back by the deli, you will find live lobsters in a tank. So if you want live lobster, Walt Churchill's Market is your connection. Next up, we're going down I-75 to Bowling Green. Belleville Brothers Meats. That was recommended. I did not even know that this one existed, but that is at 239 South Main Street, Bowling Green, Ohio. I could not find a website for this business, but they do have a Facebook page. It is Belleville Brothers. Just look up Belleville Brothers. That is spelled Belleville Brothers, Belleville Brothers on Facebook. Again, I have not tried this one yet, didn't even know it existed, but according to their Facebook page, Belleville Brothers in Bowling Green carries fresh pork, beef, and chicken. Next, we're going across the Perrysburg Maumee Bridge to the House of Meats. The House of Meats is located at 438 Illinois Avenue, Maumee, Ohio. You can find it at maumee.houseofmeats.com. I personally like the House of Meats, but it has become harder to get to the House of Meats now that Maumee's traffic pattern has changed. I don't get up there as often as I used to. What do I like there? I like their stadium hot dogs and their chicken chunks. If you've never been there, House of Meats Maumee sells fresh and frozen meat. They sell beef, pork, poultry, seafood, and more. And it is also a mini grocery store. Back to Perrysburg now, we're at My Protein Locker. My Protein Locker is located at 28400 Cedar Park Drive, Perrysburg, Ohio. The website is myproteinlocker.com. I spoke to the owner, Steve, on the phone. He's a very friendly guy, and then I wanted to stop by. So on Sunday, October 6th, I did stop by My Protein Locker and I checked the place out. As far as I know, My Protein Locker is technically the only freestanding butcher shop currently in Perrysburg. It happens to be in Perrysburg Township, but that still counts. It's the only freestanding butcher shop in Perrysburg. I'd like to share just a few things that I learned from Steve, the owner of My Protein Locker. First of all, he said that they were in the business of shipping meat at first, which reminds me of Omaha Steaks. So for about the first 3 years, they were shipping. They just opened a retail location in the last 6 months, and it's there at 28400 Cedar Park Drive. The hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, 10 a to 6 p, Saturday from 10 a to 4 p, and Sunday 10 a to 2 p. I happen to go on a Sunday. They offer a veteran discount, so if you are a veteran, bring your identification. Steve, the owner, has a personal appreciation of veterans, especially local veterans. So he gives them a discount and he just has an interest in helping and serving them. So I think it's very nice that he does that. If you are a veteran, stop out at My Protein Locker. Steve will give you a discount. Meats that are found at My Protein Locker are sourced locally. They're either from Ohio or they're from the Great Lakes region. For example, the chicken is hand trimmed by humans here in Ohio, not machines. All of the meat is vacuum sealed. So you'll find the beef, the pork, and the chicken all in individual vacuum sealed units. They sell in store, but they can still ship to your door as well. They have more experience with that at this point than having an actual retail storefront. So you can trust them to ship to your door. The number one thing, according to Steve, that you need to try is the thick cut steaks. Let me just add real quick that they have some tasty looking pies for sale there too. I am a big fan of pecan pie, apple pie, and pumpkin pie, especially around the holidays. Steve sells them there. So if you are interested, ask Steve about the pies. Just a couple more things I'll say about My Protein Locker, then we'll move on. Steve told me that he is most similar to Frobos or House of Meats, but the packaging and the sourcing, of course, might be different. And if you want to think about anything that's actually in Perrysburg, he's more similar to the meat department at Churchill's or Kazmeyer's, as opposed to Kroger, Meijer, Walmart, and all the rest of the giant box stores that we have here on Route 20. That's it about My Protein Locker. Let's move on. Next up is Canal Junction Farm. Canal Junction Farm is technically located in Defiance, Ohio, but they have several pickup locations around Northwest Ohio. One of them is on Lime City Road, according to their map. You can learn more about them at canaljunction.farm.com. I have not been to this one yet, but a member of the Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group said that Canal Junction Farm has pasture-raised grass-fed beef and pasture-raised chickens too, and deliveries available. Up next is Kazmeyer's Market. Kazmeyer's Market is located at 127 East 2nd Street, Perrysburg, Ohio. It's in historic downtown Perrysburg. You can also find them on the web at kazmeyersmarkets.com. Kazmeyers is spelled Kazmaiers, Kazmeyers. So that's kazmeyersmarkets.com. I have lived in Perrysburg for more than 17 years, and I don't typically buy my meat from Kazmeyers. It is nothing personal, but I live on the west side of town, and geographically, Kazmeyers is further away from me than Churchill's. I typically shop at Churchill's instead. I have a friend who lives in that neighborhood over by Kazmeyers, and he says that Kazmeyers is his go-to store for meat. He trusts it. A number of my friends shop there. So if you want to buy your meat from an independent grocery store in historic downtown Perrysburg, Kazmeyers is your store. I think we're on the 10th one already. Let's keep going. The next one is Tanks Meats, Inc. I just call this Tanks Meats. Tanks Meats is located at 3355 State Route 51, Elmore, Ohio. Their website is tanksmeats.com. I have passed this butcher shop many times. I believe it's just off the Turnpike exit there in Elmore. Although I have passed it by, I have unfortunately not stopped in yet. Next time I see it, I should make a point to stop in. According to the website, Tanks Meats in Elmore, Ohio sells quality deli meats, cheeses, and fresh-cut meat, beef, pork, and chicken. They have an experienced on-site butcher who takes requests and can provide information too. If you need a recommendation, the butcher's right there. The website says that they also sell local products like De Fratelli tomato products, which are made in Pemberville, Tony Paco's products, which of course are from Toledo, and Roots Chicken, which I believe is made in Fremont. That does it for Tanks Meats. Moving on, we've got Sauter's Market next. Sauter's Market is located at 9533 Waterville Swanton Road. That's Ohio State Route 64. That is in Waterville, Ohio, and their website is sautersmarket.com. You spell Sauters Sautters, Sauters, sautersmarket.com. This is a small market that's between Waterville and White House, Ohio. I have seen it from the road many a time on my way to the bike trail in White House, but I have not stopped by yet. According to their website, they sell a wide variety of meat, kind of like Churchill's and Kazmeyer's, including beef, poultry, which is chicken or turkey, pork, lamb, and veal. When I look at this from the outside, it reminds me so much of Kazmeyer's. It's kind of a little market right off the road there. That does it for Sauter's Market. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have 3N Livestock. 3N Livestock is located at 9004 Monclova Road, Monclova, Ohio. The website is 3N, so the number 3 and the letter N, livestock.com. 3nlivestock.com. I just learned that this place exists. Thank you very much to that Facebook group. Their website has a farm to freezer tab, so that's what you want to click on. I was curious about 3N Livestock, so I reached out and I spoke to Nick there. Nick says that their specialty is high quality pork, and the number one thing that you should try is their bacon. But their Hawaiian sausage apparently is a customer favorite as well. This is not a brick and mortar building in Monclova, Ohio. This is a farm. In addition to pork, 3N Livestock also raises and sells beef, lamb, and chicken. All of their meat is frozen, and Nick says that you can order online or by phone and then pick up by appointment or each Saturday from 10 a to 12 p. So it's a 2-hour pickup window or make an appointment. First-time customers are encouraged to stop by in person for their first order to see where their food comes from. And they also have a list of the cuts that they sell. So 2 purposes: see where your food comes from and see a list of the cuts that they sell. Thanks for that information, Nick. I plan to buy some bacon very soon. We are more than halfway through on our list here. Next up is Zavatsky Custom Meats and Deli. That is located at 2600 West Sylvania Avenue, Suite 101, Toledo, Ohio. The website is zavatsky.com. How do you spell Zavatsky? It's ZAVOTSKI.com. Zavatsky.com. I lived close to this shop in Toledo, Ohio, back in the day, if you can believe that, before I moved to Perrysburg, but I don't think I ever stopped by. According to 2 people, I've missed out. They are known for their tasty kielbasa. The website says that they carry fresh meats, Polish foods, and more. They carry fresh beef, pork, chicken, seafood, and smoked meats. There you go. Zavatsky Custom Meats and Deli. Next up is St. Mary's Meats. St. Mary's Meats is located at 13917 State Route 64, Swanton, Ohio. They do not have a website, but they do have a Facebook page. You can check that out on Facebook. Again, this is called St. Mary's Meats. Deer hunters, you're going to want to check this one out. They sell beef, pork, and lamb, but they also process deer. If you are a deer hunter and you're looking for someone to process your deer, check out St. Mary's Meats in Swanton. That does it for St. Mary's Meats in Swanton, Ohio. Next up is Hasselbach's Meats in Fremont, Ohio. Hasselbach's is at 4637 Oak Harbor Road, Fremont, Ohio. The website is hasselbachmeats.com. Hasselbach is spelled Hasselbach, hasselbachmeats.com. I have not been to this one, and their website is pretty simple. It just says that they sell beef and pork. There you go. Hasselbach's in Fremont. Next up is Anderson's Farm Products in Bowling Green, Ohio. Anderson's Farm Products is located at 17653 Otsego Pike, which is State Route 235 in Bowling Green, Ohio. I think it's not too far from Otsego Park, if you know where that is, somewhere between Perrysburg and Grand Rapids, but it actually has a Bowling Green address. You can find their website at andersonsfarmproducts.com. I have not been to this one yet, but they do say on their website that they sell chicken, turkey, beef, pork, and eggs. You can pick it up right there at the farm, or they also deliver to select locations in Wood County, including Perrysburg. I think this is the 17th out of 23, so we're on Costco now. Costco in Perrysburg. If you live in Perrysburg, you know that Costco is located at 26400 Echo Junction Road, Perrysburg, Ohio. The website is costco.com. I get most of my fish, especially my fresh or frozen salmon, there at Costco. I used to get their seasoned pork tenderloin, but I have not been able to find it lately. It was really good and I miss it. Costco sells a variety of fresh and frozen meats. Next up is Ream Produce Farm LLC. Ream Produce Farm is located at 7244 North State Route 53, Tiffin, Ohio. The website is funacres.net. What a fun website. I have not been to Ream Produce Farm yet, but their fall fun activities look really fun. It reminds me a lot of Leader's Family Farm in Napoleon, Ohio. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that that place is a blast. Ream Farm sells beef, pork, chicken, turkey, eggs, coffee, and a number of other food items like vegetables and fruit. Go to funacres.net to learn more. And since this episode is coming out in the fall, if you're looking for some fun fall activities, check this place out. We're getting towards the end here. This is our 19th one on the list. It is Fresh Thyme. Fresh, typical spelling, and thyme is THYME, thyme. Fresh Thyme is located at 5105 Monroe Street, Toledo, Ohio. The website is www.freshthyme.com. And again, thyme is spelled THYME, thyme. www.freshthyme.com. I have not been to this shop yet, but they seem kind of corporate to me. They sell grass-fed beef, natural chicken, pork, and fresh and frozen seafood, just looking at the website. They have a number of online shopping options like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all the rest. Again, it looks a little corporate, but it was recommended by somebody in the Perrysburg, Ohio Facebook group, and I thank you for telling me about this. Next up is number 20 on my list. It is Weber Ranch. Weber Ranch is located in Wayne, Ohio. The address is 4965 Defiance Pike, Wayne, Ohio. The website is weberranchllc.com. Their website says that they sell pork and grass-fed beef. I have not bought from them yet. To learn more, visit weberranchllc.com. Next up is Kilgus Meats. Kilgus is spelled Kilgus, Kilgus. Kilgus Meats is located at 3346 West Lasky Road, Toledo, Ohio. They have no website that I could find, but they do have a Facebook page. You can find it as Kilgus Meats. I have heard good things about their German sausages, but I have not been there yet. Their Facebook page has like a little introduction, and I'll read that to you now. Toledo owned and operated, Kilgus Meats is an old world style full service meat market. We specialize in homemade kielbasa, sausage, and lunch meats. It's your neighborhood butcher shop where everyone knows your name. I like that. It kind of reminds me of Cheers, that old TV show. But anyways, they are billed as a full service old world style meat market. There you go. Kilgus Meats, West Lasky Road, Toledo, Ohio. Next up, we have Stanley's Market. Stanley's Market is located at 3302 Stickney Avenue, Toledo, Ohio. This is North Toledo. The website is stanleysmarketstore.com. They carry Polish foods, including foods imported from Poland. Someone told me that if you want good kielbasa, go to Stanley's. Thanks for the recommendation. I have not been to this one yet, but I like a store with character. When I looked at the website, this store has character. The website says that they sell pickled herring, deli items, cookies, Polish beer and mead wines, and much more. I have not been to Stanley's Market, but now I want to go. Thank you for the suggestion. And now, last one, Bracy Gold Bison Ranch. Bracy Gold Bison Ranch is located on County Road 4 in Swanton, Ohio. This bison ranch comes over to the Perrysburg Farmers Market. So if you have seen someone selling bison meat at the Perrysburg Farmers Market near the library, this is them. Bracy Gold Bison Ranch sells bison meat and bison wool socks. Pretty cool. I've never seen bison wool socks, but next time I go through there for the farmer's market, I will check them out. To learn more about the cuts and the packages that they sell, go to bracygoldbison.com. That does it for my list of 23 places where Perrysburg residents buy their meat. Freestanding butcher shops are definitely not the norm in Perrysburg anymore, but we have all found sources of meat that we like. Perhaps you've heard of a new place that you'd like to try today, or maybe you'll just stick with what you know. Any way you slice it, if you are a prospective new or current Perrysburg, Ohio resident, there are plenty of businesses here in Northwest Ohio to serve us all. This has been the Perrysburg Podcast, episode 64. If you'd like to read the show notes, those are on perrysburgpodcast.com. In the show notes, you will find links to the first 3 episodes in the Food and Drink series, a link to the website or Facebook page for all of the businesses mentioned here, and more. If you would like to be notified by email about each new episode of the Perrysburg Podcast, sign up for the newsletter on perrysburgpodcast.com. I will email you every week. You can also get out your smartphone right now and subscribe to or follow the Perrysburg Podcast on your favorite podcast player and YouTube to get each new episode right when it comes out. Go ahead and share this episode with anyone you think might enjoy it, and thanks for listening today. I'll talk to you next Friday.